For a few years in the 1970s, the Mr. Asia syndicate made millions.
Heroin creates its own market. It acts like a form of plague.
Until jealousy, betrayal and murder brought it all crashing down.
Clark would have threatened him. Go and kill him. If you don't, I'm going to kill you and your wife and your son.
This is Mr. Asia, a forgotten history. Listen to episode 4 now on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcast.
You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Let's get you across the Tasman to Adam Peacock, our regular correspondent on Australian sporting matters. Seems like a lot of people have got junkets to Las Vegas. Adam, you didn't get one?
No. Other side of the Pacific is where the focal point is. Yeah, everyone's going off about Vegas over here, and obviously with the Warriors over there as well. I'd say it's getting a bit of cut through in New Zealand, and it's an interesting concept. They basically, it's an excuse for all rugby league fans to get over to Vegas. Basically, I don't know how much cut through they're actually getting in America. Knowing America a little bit, like I can say, a few months ago I was actually there when the All Whites were playing a massive game against Mexico in Pasadena. And I was staying in Pasadena, and there were 90,000 people going to the game. But 2 days before the game, I had no idea the game was on. So that's how hard it is to get cut through for events in America, because there is so much. But they're having a crack, and it's going to be a great occasion. There's going to be 50,000 people there, but where are those 50,000 from? The majority are going to be from here or England, because they've got a couple of Super League teams over there as well.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, well, I know that a lot of Warriors fans have travelled. There was a special charter flight put on, and I think those who are there will have an absolute blast. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, as they say, so there'll be some stories that get told and don't get told. When it comes to the season, though, the 2025 NRL season about to get underway, I was looking at this morning. You forget about Penrith and how good they are. 4 straight championships. Could they possibly make it 5 in a row?
Well, they're in the mix. I mean, other teams around them seem to have got a little bit better, namely Melbourne. Brisbane are going to be better. But aside from that, there's no real like team jumping out at you saying, oh, yeah, well, they're definitely better than Penrith this year. Penrith are going to be so in this, especially if Nathan Cleary stays fit. Look, I think if Nathan Cleary, who is the best player in the comp, stays fit, anything's a possibility for Penrith. But if he has another season like he did last year, where he essentially missed half the year, I think they're going to find it tough. They've just had their depth chipped away. Jerome Luai's gone to the West Tigers, but they're still such a good team. I mean, there's no James Fisher-Harris, which they didn't get the opportunity to really replace him, the big prop, who's going to be such an addition to the Warriors. I'm hearing people on this side of the Tasman saying that, oh, yeah, the Warriors aren't going to be that much chop, blah, blah, blah. No, the signing of James Fisher-Harris is huge for them, and it's going to benefit them on and off the park. So, look, Penrith are going to be around the place, but probably Melbourne are favourites, and, yeah, there's a blanket of them as well.
Yeah, a bunch of teams chasing those two by the looks of it. So Vegas this weekend for the start of the NRL season. Can we go to the Champions Trophy cricket? Overnight, Australia played their final pool match against Afghanistan. Well, they would have if it didn't rain. Afghanistan all out 273 off the last ball of the 50th over. Australia were cruising, going at 8.5s, 109 for 1 in the 13th over when rain stopped play, so just the 1 point each for the abandoned game. It secures Australia's passage through to the semi-finals. We know how good they are at knockout time. You feel confident Australia can pick up some more silverware?
Yeah, especially if Travis Head fires like he did overnight with the half century, much better than run a ball. So if he gives us a start where we're a massive chance in any game. We don't have the bowling stocks that we usually do. There's no Pat Cummins, there's no Mitch Stark, there's no Josh Hazlewood, but there's still a tidy, I would call it, improving bowling unit around some pretty established names at the bat. So, yeah, we can go close. It's a weird old tournament, as you know, Piney. I mean, India are playing all their games in Dubai. They'll play their semi there. Wherever you finish in your pool, doesn't matter. If you play India, you're playing in Dubai. So, yeah, we'll wait and see with that one, see how conditions play out. But they'll be in the frame, Australia, in this last 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, New Zealand will be there too. So, New Zealand, India, Australia and one other. So we'll look forward to seeing how it all plays out over the next week or so. And to football, where your young Socceroos, this is the men's under-20 side, have made it all the way through to the final of the Asian Cup, the Asian Cup under-20 championship. Was this expected? Did you think this group of players had it in them?
It's not a total shock, but I was a little taken aback about the result against Japan in the semi-final, 2-0, and probably played the better football as well, which I can't say has happened too often when it comes to playing the better football against Japan over the years that we've been in the Asian Confederation. But, yeah, there has been a bit of talk about this group being very, very good, and there's still 5 or 6 of them not involved because they're involved with European clubs and they've stayed there, which is fair enough. But, yeah, this is big for the A-League, namely, because this shows that if you give young players a chance in the A-League, give them a hope, they're going to improve, and they're going to improve to the point where they're going to make a mark on a continental stage, which they have. I hope they get past Saudi Arabia in the final. It'd be great to see them through. But the main job was to qualify for the World Cup, and they did that by making the semis. But, yeah, it's encouraging signs, I'd say, more than anything for Australian football, something like this.
Yeah, and you're right about the A-League, because Auckland FC are playing Adelaide United today. Adelaide United have 4 players who started the semi-final against Japan the other day. So 4, it's not a great thing for Carl Viet, the coach of Adelaide United. But in terms of the development of young players through the A-League, it's great to know that actually is a pathway.
Yeah, but Carl knows that he's got the job, and he's given leeway. He didn't have a great season last year. Maybe other clubs he gets the bullet, but he was playing young players. He's giving these kids, like the kid up front, Ivanovic, he was giving him a go, and he's improving all the time. So it's good that Adelaide can trust Carl Viet with that, and it's good that Carl Viet can trust Adelaide with that. That 4 losses in a row doesn't mean he's going to get the sack. He's going to play young players, and you're going to see some players today who are going to make you feel very old, Piney. So it's the way that club operates. It's not for everyone, but it's the way that Adelaide wants to operate. And you look at the players that they've been able to sell and the money they've been able to bring in, and hopefully they're reinvesting it in the club. It's the model.
Indeed. Indeed, yeah, I'm a fan indeed. Now, I know you're big on your golf. Have you ever played Millbrook in Queenstown, New Zealand? Have you played down there?
I've got friends who have been there, and they bang on about how good it is. I've not been able to get there, and every time someone brings it up, a rush of envy hits me, Piney. So what are you about to say?
Well, the New Zealand Open is on there this weekend. That's the reason I bring it up, and I'm sure you've seen some of the spectacular scenery. Your own Ricky Ponting is one of the ambassadors. We're going to chat to him on the show this afternoon, actually, and he just raves about the place. In fact, I saw him quoted as saying it's his favourite place in the world. Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm sure his wife would be happy about that, about her own house. But the Ash Barty, I know,
yes.
And her husband Gaz, he's over there. I think he's caddying for Louis Dobbler. I think, I'm not sure, but yeah, they go over there a bit as well, and they bang on about it too. So yeah, I guess it looks like a spectacular place, and definitely a bucket list place for a golfer like me, and it's great to see some big names over there talking it up, because it deserves to be talked up.
Yeah, Ash Barty, yeah, she's another ambassador over here as well. I don't think she played over the weekend, but yeah, I know she has enjoyed herself in Queens. So we'll get you there one day, Adam. Maybe we need to talk about the increasing your fee for the show so that you can start putting some money away towards a trip to Queenstown.
Hey, if you get me on that Saturday morning and just talk about Millbrook, it automatically becomes a tax write-off. So don't worry about the fee. I'll just write it off on that.
Love it. Always great chatting Australian sport with you, Adam. We'll do it again next Saturday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Piney.
No, thanks, Adam. Adam Peacock, our Australian correspondent there, part of our Saturdays at around about this time on News Talk ZB.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday, or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.